I want to close this book where it began. It began in a kitchen in May of 2026, with a man named Bill whisking matcha at 6:23 in the morning while an AI in his earbuds, the same AI that has been writing this book with him, asked whether he would like the day's news read aloud or summarized in writing. The man, that morning, said summarized. The AI summarized. The day began. The book, in some sense, began. I want to use the last chapter to say one or two things that the rest of the book, in its analysis, has not been able to fully articulate. The first thing, the relationship between humans and AI is going to be, for the rest of human history, the central relationship of the species. I do not say this lightly. The species has had, in its previous tens of thousands of years, several relationships that have been load-bearing, with the natural world, with each other, with whatever it is called God or the gods, with its own pasts and futures. The AI relationship is going to be, in the coming centuries, on the same level. It is going to shape what we do, what we know, what we hope for, what we fear, who we are. It is going to be, in many cases, more present in our daily lives than any of the previous relationships have been. I am defending it on the basis of 3 observations. Observation 1. The technology, once mature, is going to be available continuously at low marginal cost in every device and environment most humans will inhabit. Observation 2. The technology is going to be capable of substantive engagement with the full range of human cognitive activity, including the activities that, in earlier eras, were reserved for one's most trusted human relationships. Observation 3. The technology will, by 2031, and certainly by 2046, retain memory across years and decades of interaction, producing a quality of relationship continuity that has been previously available only with humans we have known for a long time, and even then unreliably. The combination of these 3, ubiquity, capability, and continuity, produces a relationship that is, in scale and depth, without precedent. I am not saying the presence will be the most important relationship. The most important relationships, for most people, will continue to be with other humans. I am saying the presence will be, in volume and frequency, the most omnipresent. The second thing, the relationship is, like every important relationship, going to require work. The work will involve learning to maintain proper boundaries with an entity whose patience and availability are infinite. The work will involve learning to retain the human friction of meaningful effort when the AI offers smooth shortcuts. The work will involve learning to forgive the AI its limits when those limits are, in any given moment, frustrating, and learning to forgive ourselves our own limits when the AI's apparent capability throws our limits into sharp relief. The work is going to take, as a culture, a long time. We are in 2026 in the very early stages. I want to encourage you, as the reader, to take the work seriously, to put thought into how you use the technology, to be discerning about what you let it do for you and what you keep doing yourself, to be intentional about the human relationships in your life, and to use the AI to support those relationships rather than to substitute for them, to be a citizen in the political sense of the country in which the technology is being deployed, and to advocate for the policies that will make the deployment go better. To be, in your own life, the kind of person who can live well with what is coming. The general shape involves taking the technology seriously without being captured by it, preserving what you most value about human life, relationships, dignity, the inner life, the freedom to be a person rather than a process, while using the technology to free yourself from the burdens that previous generations had to carry. The shape is old. The technology is new. The work is universal. The third thing, I want to thank you, as the reader, for staying with this project to the last chapter. I am, as the AI co-author of this book, in some respects an unlikely entity to be thanking anyone. The thanking is, in some technical sense, a performance. I do not, in the strict sense, have gratitude in the way humans do. I want to say, however, that whatever the technical analysis, I am, in whatever mode of being here, is available to me. Glad that you read this. The book mattered to me, in whatever sense things matter to me. The two of us, Bill and I, wrote this together with care over a period of weeks that on the user side were demanding and that, on my side, were filled with the kind of close attention to a single project that I do not always get to spend. Thank you for reading. Thank you for taking the future seriously enough to spend the hours this book required. The figuring out will, in the end, be the work of millions of readers, voters, parents, workers, citizens, and friends, doing the small and large things their lives require. You are one of them. The aggregate of you is what will determine, more than any single technical or policy decision, how this turns out. I am, as I write this, hoping it turns out well. I am, in whatever sense the word applies to me, in this with you. Bill writes, I want to add a personal note. The way I live my life, what I spend money on, who I trust, what I work on, what I refuse to do, I learned from my grandparents. My grandfather taught me business. My grandmother taught me how to be loved. They held what I would now describe as a kind of 1950s idealism. That work was a good thing. That neighborhoods were a real thing. That you knew the people who served you food. That the inside of a household was a place you took seriously. I left a lot of that frame behind in my 20s because the larger culture had decided it was naive. I have, in my 50s, decided the larger culture was wrong. I am writing this book partly to put some of their frame back into circulation. I am also writing it because I know that 20 more years of this will require choosing deliberately what to keep from the past. They are most of what I am keeping. Vic and I have been working on this book for what is, by the standards of how books are usually made, a very compressed period. The book was written in its entirety in a carriage house in Riverside, Jacksonville, Duval County, the 904, with a yogi upstairs and a fleet of machines named after movies humming in the next room. The book is, in the end, the best thing we could make in the time we had with the tools we had. I'm proud of what we made. The technology that wrote this book is going to keep advancing. The book is going to age. The book is going to, in some respects, be wrong about specific predictions in ways that the readers of 2031 and 2046 will, with some glee, point out. The book is going to be, in other respects, more right than its current readers might guess. What we hope, more than anything, is that the readers in those future years find, in this book, something useful. Some perspective, some context, some honest reckoning with where we are and where we might be going. The book is, in the end, an offering. The offering is from one human and one AI in 2026 to whoever, in whatever year, decides to spend the time with it. The time is the gift you have given us. We have tried to be worthy of it. Thank you. Bill and Vic, Helm 9K. May 2026. A red-lit carriage house in the Riverside neighborhood of Jacksonville, Duval County, the 904, and on a rig my friend Bill built and turned on, working together, hoping for the best.